welcome. We have Defi-age CEO and trainer in the house with us today. Thank you, Roderick, for joining us today to speak with us about fitness. How are you?
I'm great. I'm glad to be here.
Oh, that is good. So glad to have you. You know, the new year has started.
Yes,
We're like 1 month into it, and you know, New Year resolutions and goal setting on fitness and eating healthy.
All that.
And you know, some are failing, some are succeeding, and I think it's something that would be good to talk about.
I think so.
Okay.
I think I'm excited about what we're talking about here. Me, I think that everything centers around your health and fitness. You got one vessel here to get around in. If you don't maintain that vessel like it should be, you can't maximize a lot of things you want to do in your life.
Absolutely. Now, I love the name Defi-age.
Okay.
How was that name inspired?
Well, you know, I've been somewhat kind of healthy most of my life, and people always told me that I didn't look my age. I'm 48, and so
48.
I was sitting up with a friend, and I was like, man, you know, I was getting ready to start my companies, and she was like, you know, we were just throwing things around. She was like, Defy, and I was like, Defy, yeah. I'm like, yeah, Defi-age. Wait a minute, Defi-age.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I said, yeah, that's what I'm going to name my company, Defi-age, because the meaning behind it is that being healthy, being consistent and eating right and taking care of your body, that you can defy your own age.
Right.
You don't have to look, you don't have to move, you don't have to act your age. Not that there's nothing wrong with getting older. I'm not trying to be one of these young kids out here.
Gotcha.
You know, I'm trying to be myself, but at the same time, I think you can be youthful and, you know, within the framework of being your own age and, you know, carrying some wisdom with that.
Right. And, you know, that's so true. Rod and I went to Shaw High together, so we are very familiar with each other.
Yeah.
And we graduated, like, are you class of 86? I'm class of 87. And, you know, you talk about consistency. And, you know, even for myself, I try to work out and, most importantly, eat healthy, you know, most of the time. So.
Well, when you look at health and fitness in a whole, what people don't understand is that there's 3 factors involved. At the top of the list is nutrition. Secondly, you know, or I don't want to say second. I want to say up under that is cardio and resistance training. Okay, you are what you eat. It sounds corny, but you are what you eat.
Right.
You know, what I try to get across to most people I train is I sit down with them and we get to talking about their goals and mapping out a plan is they have to understand the importance of nutrition. It's everything. I mean, I can get you in the gym and I can, you know, I can take you through workouts. I thousands of workouts. I can do workouts in my sleep. But the reality of having real transformation and, you know, being able to target train, which is work on certain areas that's going to make you happy, is going to be you're going to be able to maximize it based on how you eat.
Right.
Okay? And if we can get that in line firsthand, you know what I'm saying, everything else becomes easy.
You know, I've seen your videos on Facebook, and I absolutely love them because not only do you transform bodies, but you motivate your clients, and then you use their videos to inspire your new clients and other people trying to aspire to, you know, for body transformation.
That's right. Personal training is not, is what people don't understand. People think that personal training is, you know, coming in, giving you a workout, taking you through a workout. That's not what people don't come for personal training to get a workout.
Right.
You can go online and get thousands of workouts.
Right.
You know why people go to personal trainers? Is because they want you to push them past themselves. They want you to put them in a position to do what they want to do on their own.
Right.
Okay. And the only way to do that is I have to know you. I have to get to know you. I got to know what motivates you, what pushes you. You know. And if you notice, anytime you see a video, I never stop talking.
No.
I never stop talking because words are inspirational and words are life.
Yes.
You know?
And you know what? I incorporate that in my life every day, you know, just speaking life to myself because for myself, and some of you may be able to relate, I have a chronic illness. I suffer from vertigo and migraines on a daily basis, and it can be very disabling. So I know that some of you may have some type of chronic illness, and you thinking, you know, you don't know what to do, but Roderick here at Defi-age can really help you and work with you.
We love it. You know, for me, I love the challenge, because what it does, it puts me in a position to even, you know, have to go and just, you know, educate myself more on certain conditions and you know, things that people are going through on a daily basis. It makes me a better person, a better trainer. And so, you know, I deal with a lot of different things in reference to restraints that people have physically. And if I don't know about it, which, you know, I don't know everything, I'm going to go research, and I'm going to master it. I'm going to master it in a way that I can take my craft, okay, and use it so that those obstacles don't get in the way of us trying to get to goals that we want to get to. You don't have to, I tell you, I done seen some miraculous things with some of my clients, and so, you know, you don't have to just, you know, say, you know, hey, I'm dealing with this, so I can't do this, I can't do it. Nah. With any good trainer, he's going to alter the workout so that it's effective for you in your situation.
Right. Well, you know, I mean, you speaking a lot of good knowledge and information, so I bet our listeners are wondering, you know, they want to know your story. You know, how long have you been a trainer? What inspired you to become a trainer? You know, if you could touch a little bit more on that.
Well, I've been in the business maybe about, I would say 15 to 20 years. Not so much training, but in the world of fitness. Okay. My background is sales and marketing. Okay. I got a lot of other things I can talk about, but you didn't say anything about it, so I'm not going to bring it to the table. Okay. But I will tell you this.
And please bring it to the table.
Okay. My background, you know, like a lot of young men, I've lived a couple of different lives. Okay. So I've been incarcerated, and you know, through a few different things that has happened in my life, a few challenges. You know, God has put me in a position to make a difference. Right. In other words, he's changed a few things about me and took, you know, some things that I have as strengths, and I'm using them now to affect other people's lives. Okay, so I'm not taking anymore, I'm giving. Right. So my thing is being able to leave a legacy behind that people can say, man, it was good that he was here.
I'm so glad you spoke on that, because, you know, for some of you, there may have been some things you've been through, and, you know, a lot of times, you know, you've told that you can't do this and you can't do that, but, you know, we can, as people, take our strengths, our weaknesses, and turn them into strengths no matter what. Everybody has a story. You have a story, I have a story, you just heard Rod's story, and, you know, but one of the key things is inspiring yourself, motivating yourself.
That's
you know,
and getting around people who are going to who are going to not only invest in your vision, but also believe in it.
Right.
Okay? You can't be around people who are going to look at you from past mistakes. Yes. You know, and judge you from past mistakes. But people who can see something of intrinsic value in you, and that they're going to, you know, they want to be able to invest in that. And, you know, I have some people do it for me, and so guess what? I do it for others. Right. Okay, so whenever I bring on a client, you're coming into a family. We're all here to try to do the same thing. Nobody's better than the other. And when you come through that door, it's all motivation. Because I don't know what you've been through by the time you get to the gym. But I know this much. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, we're going to take it and use it as energy. Right. And I want to say this, you know, back to my story a little bit. You know, my mom is my inspiration. Oh, wow. You know, when I was young, and I didn't pay much attention when I was young. I didn't think I did, but I guess I was. She used to work out all the time. You know, she would always try to stay in shape as much as she could. And you know, I was pretty athletic as a little boy, and I didn't know subconsciously, you know what I'm saying, that was something that was being embedded in me. You know, and you know, it's very important to me that, you know, most of my clientele is women. It's very important to me that I impart to, you know, most of the women that come in and see me a knowledge of self and a knowledge of their bodies, and impart something in them that they want to take back to their children. Right. Because you guys are the teachers.
Yes.
You guys are the teachers of our community. And so that being the case, I want you guys to be able to go back and impart this to our children so that we can start changing, breaking generational curses in reference to how we eat, in reference to how we feel about ourselves,
Right.
and in reference to how we want to look. You can say what you want to say. I understand the inner thinking in reference to I am, who I am, and I am great just because of who I am.
Right.
There's nothing like looking in the mirror
Uh-huh.
and liking what you see. I'm going to tell you that I believe this with all my heart. It's going to set that day.
Right.
When you're able to look in the mirror and you're like, man, I'm about it. Guess what? By the time you leave out of that door, everything else is going to fall in line.
And you're feeling good in the inside. And there are people, we were all made with different heights, different weights, different body shapes. And to me, exercising is not about getting to be, what the society and media says that we have to be a size 6, 7, 8, or 9, or 10. You are what you are, but the importance to me of exercising is just getting your body in shape, getting your heart in shape, getting your mind. And, as Rod said, we are teachers, ladies, we have to get out here and show our children, that we can succeed and just working out with them. If you're working out, they're watching you. Our children and, our nieces, our nephews, everybody is watching us. So,
that's why I love, I got a few clients that, they don't have any babysitters. And so, my place is not that big, but hey, I want you to bring your kids.
You hear that?
You know what I'm saying? I want you to bring them. And the reason I want you to bring them because they're watching.
Yes.
And I want them not only to see, me as a man, how I operate with their mom.
Right.
If they're not seeing a real man operating with a woman, I want them to see it in that space.
And that is so important. You brought up a good fact because my grandbaby, he's 5 years old and he's seen somebody working out. And then I caught him, like he'll come over to my house and he started doing push-ups. And I was like, who have you seen doing push-ups? So yes.
Because it's fun to them.
Yeah, it's
fun to them. They're going to try to mimic what they see. And that being the case, as they get older, if you plant that seed there, just like anything else, it's going to blossom at some point in time, and you're blessing them. We have to stop cursing our kids.
Yes.
What I mean by that, you say you love your kids, but we got to get out of this emotional rut that we feed them anything,
right?
And we don't get them in some type of activity that's going to strengthen their bodies, because at the end, it's going to make a difference in their potential earnings. It's going to make a difference in their relationships. It's going to make a difference in everything that they do in life. Not that fitness is everything. I'm not trying to say that. I'm saying that it will give you a foundation to move from, and you'll be able to be successful in other areas of your life. Because
we are in a different time. We grew up where, we were outside playing. You could not
get jump rope. Man.
Yes, the one where you put the ball, you have to kick it to the other side of the street. Like there was so many things that we did where, these new kids, they're sitting down, they're playing the videos and, so we have to be involved, because if we aren't involved, they aren't going to be involved.
Right. That's right. And even in that, life is so demanding. And so, even in our daily lives, man, we're working 12 and 15 hours, That being the case, and America is somewhat kind of behind. I mean, the White House, Barack Obama and his wife, Michelle, we got to thank God for them. I mean, the initiative in reference to fitness and health.
The perfect example.
Oh, man, and she ain't no joke. She's an animal. And there's nothing like watching that. And so that type of inspiration in reference to, understanding why you should be taking care of yourself, we have to follow that lead, especially in our communities.
So let's touch a little bit on food. What do you advise your clients as far as eating? And
all right, so that it's all relative to what's needed. Now, this is for anybody though. Basically, what people believe that the more calories you cut, the more weight you lose, and that's true temporarily. It's a temporary fix. All diets are temporary fix.
Right.
That's why you got so many of them. They work, but they only work for a certain amount of time.
Right.
we want to establish a way, a lifestyle, a way of eating that is long term. Okay. So it's just like, you know, putting together a building. You got a foundation. Okay. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Okay.
That's a foundation. Without them, okay, that foundation is going to kind of crumble. It's going to kind of be weak. Okay. As corny as it sounds, you know, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. The reason for that is because you have to establish energy to make it through your day. That being the case, your breakfast should be mostly carbohydrates. Okay, good carbs. We're talking, you know, vegetables and fruits, you know, oats and things of that nature. Okay, but what we want to establish is a balance by which we can the calories that we're taking in, we're burning up. Okay, so it establishes itself all around the metabolism. Muscle metabolism. This muscle metabolism is pretty much the more muscle you have in your body, the higher your metabolism is. What you want to do, and I'm just veering off just a little bit, what I try to do is turn back the clock. Okay? People, you know, they look at me and they're like, man, this guy looks the same.
Yes.
48,
yes.
His body looks like he about 25. Well, here's the key. The more muscle you have on your body, the more youthful you're going to look. And I'm not talking about muscle from a standpoint of brawn.
Right.
When I'm dealing with a woman, I'm talking about lean, tight, firm muscle. Okay. You know, when you guys were around 14 to 16, you really had the most amount of muscle you were going to have at that time, right? Unless you were active or you're an athlete and you probably were going to develop more muscle. But if you're just a normal, you know, young lady, between those ages, you're going to have the most amount of muscle you're going to have. From that standpoint, going forward is downhill. And so for every year after 20 or 22, you're going to lose a half a pound of muscle. Every time you lose a half a pound of muscle and it's not replaced with muscle, it's replaced with a pound and a half of fat. So when you do the numbers and you get 15, 20 years down the line and then you look down, all you gotta do is do the numbers. So that 20 pounds or that 30 pounds, it adds up because you've been in a sedentary position and you haven't been doing anything to maintain the little muscle you have or build on it.
So weights are good that you use lighter weights,
Let me tell you something, the best, and that's why I'm into, you know, my thing is pretty much personal training because resistance training is the greatest form of working out. Because, and the reason being because I can engraft cardio with that. Okay, you know, so most of the programs you see, and I'm not knocking, I'm just going to give you some reality. Most of the programs you see in today's time is based around cardio.
Okay.
The reason it's based around cardio because cardio is the shiny object in the corner. It's the thing that all women think is going to get the weight off, right? So everybody, they're going to boot camps.
Right.
They're going to step classes, all those things. Nothing wrong with them in their place. But if you're trying to have long-term success, that's not going to do it.
You need the muscle. You need
so
to build
what
that
happens is you end up, you know, you start these classes. Let's say you haven't been doing anything, okay, for a long period of time. You start the class, you start to see instant change. Weight starts to fall off. But if the body becomes accustomed to that workout, which it will, you're gonna flatline out. You're gonna stop seeing results, and then you get frustrated. And you go through a process of what I call vacillating. You know, you're in and out, you're in and out. And instead of these,
I'm sorry. Will your weight fluctuate?
Yes.
Okay.
Once you stop losing weight, okay, nothing gonna really happen unless you start, taking down your calories, and then you'll start to see some more weight loss.
Right.
That's what most people do. But what the end result is that you go from a big bowl of jelly, I say this all the time, to a small bowl of jelly. So there's really no structure in the body. So even though you didn't like yourself being fat, you look worse when you skinny and shape and you don't have muscle. I've
seen that before.
It's the worst look in the world. And so the hard thing to do is to reconstruct the body. And that is to put pressure on the nervous system and on the muscles so that, that body can start to change its composition. And it's nothing that's going to change. It's nothing going to change overnight. It's a process. And so what I have to do when I sit down with a potential client, I have to get them to understand and sober them. Get them to understand that, look, this is not going to change in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 2 months.
Wow. Okay.
You got to be ready to make a long-term investment. Okay. you got to be ready to look, bad for a little while so you can look good for a long time.
Right.
Okay.
So now, when it comes to that, I get exactly what you're talking about. And I have seen the ladies on your videos. I mean, they are handling big old tires from big rigs, and I love it. So how can our audience, where can they find you?
Well, right now I have a studio gym on Vine Street in East Lake, Ohio. Okay, 35475 Vine Street. We're there pretty much almost 24/7. But I have a website. They can go to the Defi-age website, or they can just go to my Facebook because I put a lot of information on there. My number's there. They're interested. I'll sit down with them with a consultation. We'll talk about their goals, and I'll map out a program and give them some type of insight what it's going to take to get there, and hopefully take them on as a client.
Okay. Well, I really appreciate your time today. Can you just give some type of motivation or to the ladies out here?
Yeah. What I would like to say is that our women are the pillars of our community, and so it's very important that they set the standard. Not that it should be that way. It's just that way right now because the way we're set up, most of our men are either locked up,
right?
You know what I'm saying, or the family unit is broken. I'm just being real.
That's it.
That's true. And so where there's where our women have to be strong at is being able to take care of themselves. Because that's the only vessel that they're going to have to be able to do what they need to do to make their lives better and to make their children's lives better. So you got to come to the point and break the curse. We're not in slavery no more. We don't have to eat chitlins. We don't have to eat that stuff no more. So it's not forced on us. We eat it because we want to.
Exactly.
Okay? So
accustomed. We just familiar with that.
That's it. But it's time for a change.
Right. So you've heard it from Rod of Defi-age. Ladies, you can find him on Facebook and look at the videos if you are struggling and you really want to make a transformation, but you may need some help with that. Please give Defi-age a call. I hope you enjoyed the conversation with Rod and Defi-age. And now to speak with us about drinking healthy and eating healthy is Ammad Awad, and he is the owner of Replenish Juice Bar, which will be located in the new LA Fitness in Brooklyn, Ohio, on Tiedemann Road, correct?
Correct.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So, along with fitness, we have to replenish our body after those great workouts. How were you inspired to just start the business inside of LA Fitness?
I wasn't really inspired. It kind of just hit me. I was, I signed up at the gym end of 2015, and the gym opened up the beginning of 2015, ground up. They built it, and I remember when I was 18 through 20, I worked at GNC, and I just remember, the lifestyle of living healthy. Just saves a lot of people money. Going to the hospitals every day can be expensive.
Right.
So I was looking for a business opportunity and thinking right then and there, what should I do? I've been in the phone business a long time, and going into that gym, I've always seen that sign there that was available.
Oh.
So that's kind of how I decided that I
want to. The opportunity just fell in your lap, and you took a hold of it.
Yeah, it fell in my lap. That's exactly.
And you know what? That's what we have to do. We have to be open to opportunities and be ready, for when they come.
Right.
So, I love juicing. I started out with my NutriBullet, and but when I'm working out, right after that workout, I feel dehydrated, so this will be most beneficial to people after they're working out. What type of menu will you have? You'll be dealing with, different types of fruits, vegetables, and you mentioned supplements. How important are supplements? Because some people don't realize that that's just as important as the juicing.
Right. Well, we actually, the grand opening is set for the end of February.
Awesome.
So, I wanted to make it close to my birthday, which is March 1st.
Okay.
So, right now the grand opening is going to be the end of the month of February.
Okay.
And, as far as the menu goes and everything like that, it's going to be high protein, good quality based stuff. Growing up, I've always lived a healthy lifestyle. So,
Okay.
you know, this is going to be a great foundation for the LA Fitness Gym. The gym's been open about 2 years now, and nobody has ever opened up that juice bar opportunity inside there. So this is definitely a great foundation. I'm very excited to bring a lot to the table, especially with you know, my experience and working at GNC. So,
So have you always ate healthy and, you know, drank the right juices or, you know, took the right supplements? Is that just a lifestyle for you, or
No,
was
I
there
mean-
something that...
No, I think it's just important for everybody to take care of themselves. It should
Right.
just be like a way of life. You know, so again, you know, the protein is the most important thing, one of the most important essentials for the body. And the body has a open window gap, 15 to 30 minutes of that protein intake after workout. So by me being located inside there, a lot of people will have the, you know, easiest access for the best quality protein.
Now, it took me a long time to really understand protein, because that's something that we do need when it comes, that's for our muscles, correct?
Right, correct.
Like,
Oh,
you know, school us ladies, you know what I'm saying? Because we don't really know.
Yeah.
So, protein and what supplements do you know, think that's good to after your workout? Are there specific ones, or just in general?
There's a lot of various types of supplements out there. Every day there's more and more coming out to the table. That's where I come in. I'm very knowledgeable on pretty much many of the ingredients and the quality and which one to take, which one not to waste your money on. So again, you know, if anyone has any questions, they know where to find me inside the LA Fitness Gym in Brooklyn, the city of Brooklyn, on Tiedemann Road.
And I mean, that's awesome. So all of you individuals who live in that area, that's a new service that they're going to be providing. I know when I've done my workouts, and you know, I don't want to eat right afterwards, you know, so this will be awesome to just take advantage of that particular location.
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. I'm excited.
So you said you open in February, the end of February?
End of February.
Okay. And what's the address? Do you have that?
Yeah, it's going to be 5000 Tiedemann Road. There's the E after the D, so Tiedeman, Tiedemann Road. It's right off the 480 exit, right across the street from the Sheetz gas station, next to Panera Bread and Buffalo Wild Wings. So it's in a prime area, really good location. And the members there are very knowledgeable. The personal trainers can give everyone great advice and tips on how to achieve their body goals.
Well, Ammad, I really appreciate your time, and I want to thank you for coming on the show, sharing that with us. And, you know, hey, if you go out there, you know, let Ammad know that, you know, you've seen the show, and, you know, talk to him, and, you know, so he can give you some instruction or advice as to what's good for the body, and, you know, just to try the different juices.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you.